Washington, D.C., Roland Martin. How was your weekend?
Oh, man, busy weekend. Was with my frat brother, billionaire Robert Smith, on Friday at his spot in Colorado. Had a great time.
At his spot.
Yeah, it was, I'm just saying,
It was a really big spot.
So had a great Roberto Fonseca, the Cuban pianist, played it. But I couldn't be there Saturday, where they had, of course, Jill Scott and Mike Epps, because I had to go to Southern University. Spoke to the alumni there. Nice. Great time. Shout out to all the Southern folks. Tom, 4 years ago, their giving was around 3.5% of their graduates. It's now up to 20% annually.
Good for them.
So Southern's doing a great job, and they're trying to even raise it even higher. And then Sunday, I was at West Hunter Street Baptist Church for their Men's Day and gave a sermon. America is in need of a spiritual realignment. So you can go to Facebook, YouTube, Periscope. You can actually see that sermon. So quite the busy weekend, and so glad to be home in my own bed, and so glad to be here. Let's get right to the task at hand. Of course, Donald Trump consistently is unhinged. Last night, of course, tweeting about threatening Iran, and after the debacle last week with Russia, because, pretty much Putin owns him in every way whatsoever. Now, for the last several months, Tom Steyer, the billionaire hedge fund manager out of San Francisco, of course, he also is the founder of Next Gen America. He's been calling for the impeachment of Donald Trump. He's been running television ads, and a lot of Democrats, oh, Tom, shut up, sit down, because we don't need you bringing that stuff up. But it's been increasingly, people begun to realize how, again, unhinged the orange man is. Joining us right now is Tom Steyer. Tom, good morning.
Roland, how are you?
Doing great. Well, great to see you last week at the NAACP convention. Tom, the newest life member, Tom Joyner, Tom Steyer. He's the newest of NAACP. So Tom, here's what's interesting to me. And you and I talked about this here. Democrats, and I've always said this here, really don't like to fight hard. They want to be fair. And they've been attacking you, saying you should not be doing this. It's doing a disservice to the party. And it looks like many of them are coming around and realize that every day another Trump action looks like high crimes and misdemeanors.
Well, Roland, look, can I step back for 1 second? Because I think there's a big difference between the people inside the Beltway and then just Democrats around the country. And because I think that if you ask Democrats around the country, over 3/4 of them want this guy to be impeached and removed from office. It's really the people within the Beltway in Washington, D.C., who think that they'd like to have a polite conversation in Washington, and they don't want, the people's voice to get raised up, and they want to handle this on their own, and they don't want any interference.
But they're not handling it.
The pushback. Yeah, I agree.
They're there for us.
We're doing a petition drive to get Americans to sign up to put their voices together so we can be heard together. And so the pushback is really coming, I think, saying, we've got this. Don't you guys intrude on, our power place.
Well, it also is a trip. I just saw the story this weekend where some moderates got together, about 250 invitation only, because they want to now stop, Bernie Sanders and stop this move to the left. And I'm going, wait a minute. You have folks who are energizing people across the country. Democrats have been winning special elections, and then you have these folks who are saying, oh, no, we can't have that. And you're going, what are you doing?
Well, I keep saying to people, we shouldn't run as Republican light, because if people want to vote for Republicans, they actually can vote for real Republicans. We don't have to pretend to be Republicans. We can actually try to represent the people of the United States of America and give them an actual choice, which is a progressive choice.
And when you say progressive choice, that doesn't mean you are so far left that you turn right. And so it's interesting to me, again, when I see folks who attack you, who say, oh, well, he wants to control the party. But you're supporting Andrew Gillum in Florida, putting money behind his effort to become the Democratic nominee there. You're actually putting boots on the ground to turn out young people as well. I would think folks would want that because you have to win congressional races to take over the House, and you got to win statewide to take over the Senate.
I think there's something else going on too, Roland, which is this. I mean, we can see that it's both participation by young people and leadership by new people. You know, we have a great need for young leaders to come up, and Andrew Gillum is a perfect example in Florida, who's the mayor of Tallahassee, who's African American, who's very forward-thinking. He's really a talent. But he's not alone. I mean, we're seeing, that kind of leadership emerge, whether it was Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez in New York, in Queens, or, we've come out for Kevin DeLeon in California running for the Senate against Dianne Feinstein, who's the sitting senator, who's also a Democrat. But Kevin's a lot more progressive. And, I think we're seeing this come up. I think last year we were super supportive of Justin Fairfax, who's in Virginia, who's the lieutenant governor. And we're seeing a new generation of American leadership show up. And I think it's fantastic. And I don't see why we would ever fight that.
Do you have any contact with some of the more established members, especially like Congresswoman Maxine Waters and Congressman Al Green, who have called for, as you have, for the impeachment of Donald Trump? Are you seeing some sort of coalition there as well?
I see those people. I have talked to both of those Congress people and admire them a great deal. And let me just take a step back again 1 second to say that I believe that President Trump's description of Congresswoman Waters as a low IQ individual is a direct racist attack. Mm-hmm. I think Maxine Waters has been doing a fantastic job of telling the truth and of being courageous and being out there and being in front. She's been calling for impeachment. I mean, Maxine is really a force of nature. But we are seeing that, but they have not held a vote in Congress on impeachment, I don't think, for something like 6 months. So I don't really know how many people would support it. The last time it was 66 Congress people.
So, Roland, what you're saying is when they go low, we go high. Instead,
hell no. When they go low, you hit lower.
You hit lower. That's what we need to do, huh?
No, I mean seriously, the Republicans care about winning. Right. You saw what they did to Obama when it came to the Supreme Court seat.
Yeah.
And so that's why I kept saying Obama should have appointed a black woman to force them to deny a historic appointment. You can't you can't say, well, we're gonna throw fists and they got 2x4 in their hand. Right. That's just I mean politics is that nasty. And so, Tom, hopefully more Democrats will listen to what you're doing in Next Gen America. We appreciate it. Thank you so very much, Tom Steyer.
Thank you, Roland.
When they go low, we should go lower.
You go swing.
Go in the gutter, man.